One of two Champions League round of 16 Leg 2 games on Wednesday, March 6th at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time sees Manchester City hosting Copenhagen. And if we look back to the first game between these two, it was 1-1 at the half. Looked like it could be close, and Man City did only get their third goal in the 92nd minute, but still, the game was mostly all Man City, and they did win the game 3-1. They had 79% of the possession. The shots were 27-4 and 13-1 in shots on target. Manchester City got goals by De Bruyne, Silva, and Foden. Copenhagen's goal came from Magnus Mattsson. And the odds for this game, we'll see Manchester City heavily favored at -700, now playing at home. The draw, +750. Copenhagen 14-1 to get the win. Manchester City to advance by any means is just a ridiculous price of -75,000. Copenhagen, if you somehow think they can advance and turn this tie around, it would be a great value bet at 66-1, over 2.5 goals in the game, -275, under 2.5, +210. The both teams to score yes, +110, and both teams to score no, -150. Head-to-head, this will be the sixth meeting between these teams. They also met in the Champions League in 2022, and also way back in the 2009 Europa League. Man City are 4-1-0 in all of those games. The 2022 games, since those were the most recent, were 0-0 in Denmark and 5-0 in Manchester. And certainly the odds are saying it could be another heavy win for Man City this time around as well. Now, Man City, they played on the weekend. They went down early to rivals Manchester United on Sunday, but they controlled that whole game and eventually came out with a 3-1 win, 2 goals from Foden and another from Erling Haaland late in the game. They're now 1 point back of Liverpool for first in the EPL. They're 10-4-0 at home in the EPL as well. In their last 19 games across all competitions, they're undefeated at 17-2-0. They've scored multiple goals in 15 of those 17. They've also conceded, though, a goal in 11 of 17 as well. They've not lost at home, though, since way back on November 12th, 2022. For Copenhagen, they lost ground in the title race in Denmark this weekend with a 2-0 road loss to first place in the Midtjylland. Last week, they were playing on Thursday, so they do have some rest advantage here with Manchester City having played on the weekend. Copenhagen will now be third in the Superliga. They're 3 points back first prior to last week's loss, though. Copenhagen had won 2 straight games, but they are very mediocre, 6-2-6 in their last 14 across all competitions. Now, they had scored, though, in 8 straight games before that loss, and that might be something we consider when looking at a best bet here. There's likely plenty of players to be rotated in this game for Manchester City as they already have the lead. They're playing at home. They're expected to win. There will be 5 players missing from injury for Copenhagen. I think this is a very hard game to bet. Man City simply just don't need to win this game. They could rest some players. They have also a big look-ahead spot playing Liverpool this weekend in the EPL, so they don't need a big win here. This game is probably best used maybe just in a parlay if you want to throw Man City to win and score 2 or 3 into a parlay. I think the only way we can find some value is if we try to extract something from the Copenhagen side. So I think if we want to bet this game, let's throw a Copenhagen goal in there and go Man City to win and both teams to score. That would come in at +162. It should be a City win. So we're just cheering on a Copenhagen goal. Now that wraps up this week of UCL picks. Please follow the channel to get more Champions League picks all throughout the tournament. Thanks a lot.